Hey everybody, Joe Haygood here, aka mclazyj. Hopefully you're all having a good afternoon. As you can tell, I am driving home. I'd love it if you would like, follow, and subscribe to the channel. Might as well get that business out of the way first. You know the drill. Definitely helps us get more noticed when you give the videos thumbs up and you follow the channel. If you are enjoying the content, that is the key thing. I would love it if you would do any one of those things, or all of them would be fantastic. With that said and done, let's move to it. Wanted to talk a little bit about our upcoming Carnival Cruise. That is why I'm recording this separate from my normal weekly vlog, because this is going to be very cruise-centric. It's very Carnival-centric. So, we are now under the 3-week mark for our cruise. We are coming up on it fast. You know, you sit there and you say it's so far away, but it's like, it'll be here before you know it. And it's weird that I have a Friday off before the cruise. So my Flex Friday falls the weekend before I leave. I wish it was falling on the last Friday, so I only have to take 4 days of vacation, but it is what it is. Maybe I'll negotiate something and see if I can flip my Fridays around, because I don't know. Anyways, doesn't matter. But yeah, we're coming up on it fast. And I just bought the Bubbles package a couple days ago. So we do have our sodas. It was a little cheaper. I was happy about that it was definitely cheaper. Sorry, I'm tapping my screen because my focus, I wanted it in a certain spot. Yeah, I wanted to say that I was happy about the price. Seemed a little cheaper at one point, because it seemed like it was more expensive for us at one point, and it seemed like it got cheaper. I could be wrong. Somebody can try to answer me right or wrong on that one. Maybe I'm just crazy. But, sorry, you're going to see me put my finger in front of the camera here for a second. I apologize for that. But my bigger thing with this is I wanted to talk about faster to the fun. I'm in a Facebook group for this cruise, and it's been a big discussion. We've been talking back and forth about, like, the quantitative merits of buying faster to the fun. You've heard me talk about it on my weekly vlogs. But I wanted to give kind of an in-depth focus because, and this is going to be a surprise to my wife when she watches this, I figured I would wait, make it a surprise, and probably to my son and his girlfriend if they watch it. I don't know. I don't know if they watch their own, I don't know if he watches his old man's videos. I think sometimes he does, but I ended up buying the Faster the Fun. I did buy it for both cabins for when we get on September 14th. So, what embraced me to finally make that pitch? It is $109.95 per cabin. Doesn't matter how many people are in the cabin, it covers the cabin. So if you have a family of 4 that are in one cabin, you're still paying $109. That's how much it costs per cabin. So, 2 things weighed on me greatly for this. And one could be. I say could be because we didn't really have to use it when we were on our Virgin Cruise, so maybe it's not a big thing. I don't know. But the 2 selling points for me were, number 1, getting on the ship quicker. I know some people say, what is the value that you assign to early boarding? And the way I look at it is that your ticket for this ship, the fee that you paid to be on it, is inclusive of no matter what, how much time you're on there, right? So what I'm saying is, if I get on at 10:30 or I get on at 2 o'clock, right? My ticket costs the same. Now, buying Fast and Fun, you're going to say, well, yeah, but you're adding money to come in early. But yes, but I will get my value out of that by the quicker getting to my food, being able to drop off my bags, all that kind of stuff. But the biggest thing was that being able to board as soon as boarding opens, and we're only behind platinum and diamond members, right? Beyond that, it's like, hey, you're next, and you get to walk on the ship very early. It will be a less crowded ship. And I will tell you, one of the things that I was so happy about when I got on our Virgin cruise was we paid for Splash of Romance. And one of the things that came with Splash of Romance was you get on the cruise early. You get quicker access to the boat itself, to get on the ship, to enjoy the activities that are on there, to get your food, all that stuff faster. Not only that, you're getting more food. You might be saving yourself a meal if you're like, hey, if I get on 10:30, I have my lunch in there. Whereas if I got to wait till 2 o'clock, I might end up buying something on the way to the port and snacking on it. And that's money out of my pocket that I could have been spending on the ship using their dime. I've already paid for that. I'm going to get that meal on board the ship, right? Because I don't have to pay for it. I've already paid for it. It's done. Get that extra guy's burger or a double patty or 2 burgers, whatever you want to do, right? And you know, I know there's people that try to quantify like, oh, it's worth $40 or it's worth this. Look, your time is money. Everybody's individual metric on how much their time is worth is going to be different. But when it comes to my vacation and a trip that I've waited for 489 days to get on that ship, I want to be on the ship as soon as possible. I want to walk by all those motherfuckers in line and say, I'm getting on this boat now. Sorry. Yes, but not sorry, because I paid for the privilege to get on early. I bought my way in, as they say. Threw money at the problem, as they say. So I find being able to get on board the ship when it is less crowded, when it is less packed, when the lines are shorter for the food venues, that to me is a huge thing. To be able to go to a lounge chair, sit down, and maybe relax for a little bit on a lounge chair while you're waiting for the rooms to open. That's a big thing, you know, because you're not having to fight over trying to find one of those loungers. Or if you want to get in the pool, you know, so help you, get in the pool. You know what I mean? All that stuff is quantitative to me, you know? As someone that works for a long time to have his cool-ass vacations, I want to be able to get on quicker. It also helps when you're creating content because you have a less crowded ship. It allows you to meet the crew without them being inundated by people. One of the things that was really nice on our Virgin cruise is that there were a handful of the Happenings cast that we recognized, and they recognized us. Like right away, like we would pass each other or see each other and say, hey, yeah, you know, blah, blah, blah. You know, and that was really nice being able to have that. And a lot of that came because we got on the ship early and we interacted with those people early before they were inundated with a bunch of people on the ship. And it was really nice. And I think that happens the same. You can definitely get a better rapport. So that is a big thing to me, getting on the ship early. I quantify that as a huge benefit. Almost in and of itself worth the cost to be able to bypass. Now I know you're going to say, hey, maybe what if it only saves you like 2 hours? Okay, but what if it saved me 2 hours? Look at that on the other side of the equation. What if it saved me 2 hours, right? That's a big thing. I want to be able to say I saved myself 2 hours. I got on the boat earlier 2 hours. I went and got Chicken Shack, and I got went to the Lido buffet and got me some desserts, and I went to Guy's before it was like swamped with people. That's huge for me and my family, to be able to get on there and do that. You know, and it's my kids' cruise, like their first time, and it's their graduation gift. So I want them to have as much fun and as much time to enjoy this cruise as possible. So if it means getting on the ship at like 10:30 in the morning, 11 in the morning, then yes, that's huge. You know, to put it in perspective, like we were able to board the Scarlet Lady in Miami at 1:45. It was supposed to be 2 o'clock. We started boarding at 1:45 because they had already boarded all the rock stars and everybody that had been on. And so it took them only 15 minutes to get those people in. bam, we're up, right? We're up, we're in. And it was great. Like, being able to just get in and get going was so awesome. We really were happy about that. It was really nice to just get in there and get going. And to put that in, and the reason I was bringing that up is the last boarding time was like, I think 4:15. Now imagine that, if you had 4:15, okay, you are the last stragglers getting on board. You are just having a bad time because everybody else has crowded the bars at that point, crowded the buffet or the galley at that point, and just crushed you out. You are just non-starter at this point. So being able to get in there early is a huge benefit to me. It is a huge worth. It is worth a lot of my time. My time I consider very precious. I consider it very important to me because I have so many things I could be using it on, and I'm choosing to go on this cruise. I want to get on there as quick as I can, right? I'm sorry to harp on that for a long point, but it really is, to me, one of the key selling points. Now, the second one, another one, again, having to do with my time being valuable, is, and the second thing that made it on my list. Now, if we were not going to Catalina, this might be different. I don't know. But having priority access to the Tinder boats first thing in the morning behind Diamond and Platinum is a huge thing. Tinder boat tickets are always a pain in the ass, it sounds like. When I see videos about it, they're fighting. It just gets crazy trying to get Tinder tickets because everybody wants the same ticket. They all want to get off first, right? And here's the rationale is that I want to be in port. If I'm in a port city, I want to enjoy the port for as long as I can. Or more importantly, in this case, I want to get into port to like do my activities before others. In this case, I want to get a golf cart. And the logic to me is the quicker I can get a golf cart or get on the island, quicker I can get to my golf cart, and quicker I can start my tour around the island and enjoy the island for what it has, right? That's huge. Being able to get it. So I don't get there and it's like, oh, we're out of golf carts. You're going to have to wait until another one comes back. Because then you're like, I'm not having fun. I'm waiting. And I can't walk away because if I walk away, I may not get the golf cart when it comes back, right? So now that only works in a Tinder port. It's not going to work for us in Ensenada. We get no extra benefit in Ensenada. But Tinder boats, it's good. Now I know I have heard the stories that, hey, Tinder boats for Catalina are great. They're fast. They get you over quick. There's no qualms with that. But I'm just like, I just don't want to risk waiting and losing time that I could be in port. So those two benefits to me weighed a lot. Now, the Tinder boat one has a very significant catch to it. And I didn't quite know this until after I paid. It only works first thing in the morning. So if you're thinking like, hey, I'm going to take a nap or I'm going to sleep in, get some food, and then I'm going to roll down there around 9:30 to 9:45 and just walk in front of a bunch of people getting on a Tinder boat, you are sorely mistaken and you will be sitting at the back of the line, right? The key is you have to be there first thing in the morning. And I have to stress this to my son, his girlfriend, because I know sometimes they want to sleep in. It's like, hey, we got to do this. We got to do this now, right? So that's a big thing. Big thing for us, getting on and getting that Tinder boat. Those are like two huge things for me. And they pretty much made the value of getting the faster to the fun for me. I will tell you that getting off the ship super fast, to me, that is a waste. I don't care I'm going to try to stay on the boat as long as I can to get my money's worth out. Also, being a local resident, I'm not looking to get on a plane. I'm not looking to, I'm not in a hurry to get to an airport or a train station or anything like that. To me, it's like, I'm just going to drive out of the port and I'm going to drive home. I'm going to drop off my kid and his girlfriend at their place, and then we're going to go back home to our place. So we're not in like some hectic rush to get back to get to a location. It's not like when we were in Miami and we're like, hey, we got to get to the UPS store. We got to get this stuff packed in the bag. Our box. We got to get it sent out. Oh, yeah. And then after that, we got to get over to the airport. We can't afford to be late at the airport, blah, 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 blah. Like just going madness. Just pure madness, right? So, for us, like getting off the boat, being able to pick a time, that doesn't really matter to me. I'm just going to be like, I'm getting off when I get off, right? And the dining reservation stuff, that means nothing to me because we're going to be doing my time dining and it doesn't get you anything. All that's based on check-ins in the app, so it doesn't get you front. I think that's only for if... I don't even think it helps if you have like assigned dining. I think it just helps you if you're going to specialty restaurants. You'll get priority seating. We do have one night that we have priority or we have a specialty dining. The first night we're there, we're going to get that free bottle of wine. But we have a set reservation time. Like, we're not walking in, we're not just walking in and saying, hey, we want to eat. So the dropping off luggage is kind of a neat thing. If you have a carry-on or if you have like a heavy backpack, something like that, and you do not want your shoulders aching for 2 to 3 hours waiting for the cabins, that's a cool benefit. The problem is like, it seems like it's hit and miss on whether crew members understand that benefit. I have seen people that say they get faster to the fun. I've watched videos and then they're told like, no, you can't go to the cabins. I've seen others where they're like, oh yeah, you go here. One thing I did learn, cabins are unlocked during this process. Theoretically, anybody that has faster to the fun could just walk into your room if they wanted to at some point. I'm not saying they're going to. I'm trying to trust that people are being honest, but hey, you might consider not leaving some valuable stuff there. I would probably drop off my carry-on luggage. I would drop off my carry-on luggage, but I would keep my backpack with me that has my laptop. I just feel it's safer being on my back. That's a big thing, I think, if you have the luggage, especially I think if you're in a family, like if you had kids, and, kids are notorious about being, notoriously fickle about what they want to carry. They'll be fine carrying something, and then they're like, they want to drop it and lose it at a moment's notice the next, right? So being able to take your kid's stuff to the room and drop it off, I think as a family, all the extra stuff that you might have, a stroller or this or that, being able to drop that stuff off, probably great. In our case, yes, we'll probably have a carry-on luggage that we would like to drop off, but my backpack's going to come with me. My wife's little purse backpack is going to stay with her because it's her purse backpack. I don't know about my kids and what they're packing. So, I don't know what they're packing, what he's going to pack, what she's packing. I don't know any of that. So that's going to be on them to figure out what they want to do. So, but yes, we do, you do get that. And the other thing that could be good, we didn't really ever have to use this on our Virgin cruise. We never had to go to sailor services. We never had to go to like guest services, whatever you want to call it, depending on the cruise line you're on. We didn't have to use that. We never had to talk to anybody. We were fine. Everything worked well. We never had any issues with it, right? So, we never had to talk to anybody about guest services and whatnot, right? So, you do get a priority concierge that you can contact for issues, technical issues that come up, booking issues that come up, any kind of customer service complaints that come up. You have a priority queue to voice that to somebody. Like, you can skip the line, and I know on day one service, like I remember sailor services on our Virgin cruises, we were kind of, because it was down by where the spa was, and we had a free spa day or spa session, 3-hour window with our Splash of Romance, and The line for Sailor Services Day 1 was crazy. Like, it was down the hallway. It's like, holy crap. Because things come up. Hey, I can't get the internet to work. I can't, my key doesn't work for the door. My key fob's not working. This, that, and the other, right? So having that ability to skip a line and go to somebody straight away and be like, bam, 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 that can be a big thing if you have to use it. So $109. It'd be cool if there was like, what would be nice is if there was like some sort of little like, because I guess I didn't know, but I guess there is a finite number of these packages they sell. It's very similar to the Splash of Romance. I think there's like 75 or 100 Splash of Romance packages that are offered on each cruise. And it covers 2 people total for the Splash of Romance, right? So it's like, you figure it covers 150 to 200 sailors out of ship passenger complement of 2,774. I don't know what the ceiling is for it on Carnival. Like, how many of those Fast of the Fun packages? I figure they have to put a limit on it, because what if everybody bought it? Then it would mean nothing, because everybody bought it, right? So I have to figure there's a point where that faucet gets turned off. And I think it's because a lot of people also wait until they get very close to decide if they want to buy it. That's what I did. I waited. With Splash of Romance, I bought that like almost a year in advance. I was just like, I'm going to use this. I'm fine. I've got the money right now. I'm buying it, right? This one I hemmed and I hawed on because it, $219.90. It's kind of expensive to get 2 cabins and do this. If you had 1 cabin, it might be a lot easier to swallow that cost, right? And I wasn't going to be a dick and tell my kid and his girlfriend, like, sorry, you got to go wait in that line. Me and Mama, we're gonna skip the line and we'll just wait for you to get on board. I'm not going to be that guy. That would have sucked. That would have been real bad. Been like, see ya. I wasn't going to do that. That would have been such a dick move. Anyways, yeah, so I did it, and hey, Mama, if you're seeing this now, you definitely know we got it, so hopefully you're not too upset with the amount of money, but I felt it was worth it for us to skip the line. And that said, I don't know if it helps you choose or not. A lot of this is going to be dependent, and like I said, I personally think those 2 skip the line options are probably the biggest selling points for Faster to the Fun. If you were on a cruise that didn't have any tender ports, I don't know if I would have done it. If it would have just been the getting in the room quicker, I don't know if I would have done it. But having both of those as a thing that's going to work for me on this cruise, it definitely made it a more palatable expense. So I hope my deliberations help you. I don't know if they will or won't, but I hope they do. I hope my explanations definitely, I hope that my thought process maybe guides you in whether you want to do it. I know that they'll probably start selling a lot of those packages as we get closer. Like I said, we're inside that 3-week period. So maybe this gives you some guidance on like what my thought process was and where my brain was. And I hope it helps. And just so you know, quickly before we wrap up, because I'm noticing I ended up making this vlog very long, longer than I thought it would be. I am going to attempt another good packing video for this one. Obviously, the packing for this one will be a lot easier than the one that we did for Virgin. Number one, I am not hindered by a 50-pound weight limit for suitcases that are going to American Airlines. And I'm not going to lie, there may be a chance I check 2 bags in on this cruise just because I can. Footwear takes up a lot of space. And we probably may even bring a carry-on. Just that would be more for like medical supplies and stuff we don't want to check for fear it gets left behind. Like for me, I would probably have my ostomy supplies in there. Prescription medicine might be in that carry-on, et cetera, et cetera. Stuff that I know I'm going to need and I want to keep track of. So, I hope this, but we will do, I'm going to try to do another packing video and see what I can fit and how well I can fit. Maybe I end up doing it with one luggage. Who knows, right? But probably not. But the idea is, give you an idea of what I'm looking to pack. Yes, I have already posted this in that same Facebook group. I am a notorious overpacker, it seems like, when it comes to these cruises. I overcompensate for what I am going to need to wear. I bring a dress outfit for each night, and I bring at least one casual outfit for every day. I bring a couple swimsuits. I probably bring extra t-shirts, underwear, all that kind of stuff, just because I got room for it. And yes, I bring probably 3 pairs of shoes with me, plus a pair of flip-flops. So I bring a lot of shoes. I like having different style tennis shoes and a pair of dress shoes. And then, like I said, some slides that I can wear at the pool or whatever. So, sorry, but not sorry. So hopefully you'll enjoy the packing videos. And we'll probably do maybe another wrap-up. Maybe I'll do like a little chat with my wife and see what she's thinking about with this Carnival one. And comparing her thoughts to Virgin to this. And then we'll try to maybe do a wrap-up one, too, afterwards, where we sit down somewhere and talk about Carnival. We should have done one of those for Virgin. And I hate to do it now, because now trying to remember 6 months back, you're probably not going to be fresh. I was just mostly frustrated, too, with how long it took for us to get home and all the travel issues that we had, so... Anyways, that being said, thank you everybody for watching. If you haven't already, I would love it if you like, follow, and subscribe to the channel. Again, as I said in the beginning, it definitely helps us get noticed by people. We have had some great growth on the channel in the last month. I appreciate that so much. And if you haven't already, go back and check out some of the travel videos. We've got one from Palm Springs. We've got... I did a trip down to the Bonaventure Hotel, which was really fun. And obviously we have our Scarlet Lady, wow, I cannot get that out. Our Scarlet Lady trip from April, going through the Caribbean islands. Would love it if you check all that stuff out too. So until next time, thanks everybody for watching. Have a great afternoon, morning, evening, where you're at. Yes, I said that out of order. I always do. Until next time, bye now.